Hello, my name is Angel Moore of Angel Whispers Relationship Counseling, and I am a RAP facilitator, a certified peer support specialist, been featured in a book called Fireworkers, Walkers, and also featured in a documentary called Hope and Recovery. And I'm coming to you today in order to make bath bombs. And while we're making bath bombs, I want to talk to you on the subject of suicide and forgiveness. You know, so many people attempt suicide every single day for hundreds of reasons because they think that there is no way out, no options to their problems, to their circumstances. They fall into a crisis and they're blocked in. They feel like they can't get out and they think that the only answer is suicide. Well, I want to tell you that there are other options. There is a way out of all crises and all circumstances. There is a way out. And that you can change the page. You can change the way things are looking for you. And you can go down another avenue, another route, another way. Sometimes the decisions and the choices you have to make are really difficult and very hard to make. They might be decisions and choices you may not want to make, but you have to make because our life is precious and our lives are worth living and our lives affect other people around us, not just ourselves. So today, I want to teach you how to make bath bombs. I'm learning to make bath bombs myself, too. I've been trying to get a part-time job, but I haven't been able to. You want to use Epsom salt. See, Epsom salt. You can get that at Walmart. Trust me, I've gone even to Walmart and applied to work there and been turned down. I went to Sheetz and applied and I got turned down. I went over to the movie theater and applied and got turned down. Okay. You want to use baking soda in there, and you're going to use about a half a cup baking soda. I went over to the mall and went to all the places as a salesperson because I think I have a pretty face. But got turned down. Yes, I'm telling you, every single place I applied, I got turned down. Only one person gave me a chance. That's half a cup. Don't put it in with Epsom salt. And it was a pizza place. And he was really hesitant. Okay, you want to use cornstarch. Okay, you can get that at Walmart too. He was real hesitant, but he chose to give me a chance. More than likely because of my last name and because we share a common culture. My father is Indian, or was Indian, from Kashmir, which is now taken over by Pakistan, but originally it was. Part of India. And I think because we share that common culture, he chose to give me a chance. I don't think the other employees were too hot on his choice, desire. Okay, so that's 1 cup. But I really, really appreciate him giving me a chance. Okay, then citric acid. Citric acid can be found at places like Ames. I know here we call it Pickens, but you can go to any Ames store. Bath and Body has it too. I should have warned. Don't put your nose too close because it's some strong juju. I mean, like seriously strong juju. Okay, so I need to put a little bit more. I'm gonna keep my nose away. But I think this is gonna end up being my last batch, and then I have to go out and buy some more. Okay. But very kind man. He gave me a chance. And if ever he sees these videos, I want to tell him thank you. Um, but all that wasn't to last. I worked there for 2 days delivering pizza, and though my left arm is real bad, I have a lot of strength in my right arm, my right hand, because it's compensating for what my left can no longer do. Okay, those are all my dry ingredients. When you got all your dry ingredients together, you mix them. So mix them all together. Make sure there's no clumps. I know I saw one tutorial where the lady used a sieve and had the dry go through the sieve to make sure that there weren't any clumps. You can do that if you want to, because you want everything to be mixed very well together, and you don't want any clumps because it takes away from the aesthetic appearance of the bath bomb. Okay. Or you could just use your hands to mix them together. It feels like you're playing in a bowl of sand or dirt. And as you see, you get that cloud of dust. Gets up your nose. But by the 3rd day, I laid down to take a nap, and I slept for 16 hours. I missed church the next day. I missed going to work. My brother said he couldn't wake me up. I was sleeping so hard. I woke up 16 hours later, and I felt horrible. I was like, oh my God, I let my brother down. I let my new employer down. I felt terrible. And depression just came on, boom, just like that. I didn't want to leave my room or nothing. I sat in the dark, feeling sorry for myself. I felt so bad. I felt like I let the whole world down. Okay, now once you're done putting your dry parts together, now you're going to do your wet parts. So you do your wet parts separately. So you need a bowl. This is a bowl that I'm using. Okay. And as you see with all of this that I'm doing, I've got gloves on, protect my hands. I mean, you could do it without your gloves on, but see, I'm going to be selling these bath bombs. So I don't want to get germs or dirt or anything in them, for other people. and also to the citric acid and the Epsom salt and the baking soda, the little bit, like scrubby stuff, they're good at scrubbing your skin and getting you all nice and fresh and clean and everything. But they can also take off the nail polish that you might have on your nails, So, you want to keep your nails looking nice, you might want to wear gloves. Okay. So this is olive oil. Now I know some people use castor oil, and that's okay. But I'm using olive oil. There's a lot of good things in olive oil, and I like using olive oil. Okay. This is where I have an issue. I have weakness on my left side, so my left hand's not as strong as my right. Too much. Okay, so you want to just do a cup of olive oil. Okay, I made a mess. That's okay. It's olive oil. Unless ants like oil, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. So we're good. Okay. So and then next, and this batch I'm calling Almond Joy. So I'm going to be using half a teaspoon of almond extract. This is a new bottle, so I'm going to open it up. But it was pizza delivery. But anyway, I ended up losing that job too. So, I got real depressed and down, financially struggling here. So what do I do? I've got a household I gotta take care of. And you're wondering why I'm losing jobs and not able to hold a job. Well, last year I had a stroke during surgery, and so I have paralysis on my left side, my left leg, and weakness in my left arm and left hand. And I can't lift heavy items anymore. So, my job I've been doing for the last 12 years as a RAP facilitator and peer support specialist, they won't allow me to do it in a center because I can't help a client up or carry them or carry heavy things. Basically, they see me as a liability because I'm a fall risk. Um, so, it's my third stroke. I've had one heart attack and two brain injuries. Um, so they retired me, but Angel's not ready to be retired yet. I had to find another way to take care of myself and my children and my family. Uncle Sam came knocking at the door and talking about me going into a group home or a nursing home. I'm 48 years old. I like my house very much, thank you. I do not want to go into somebody's nursing home or group home when I am not able to do as much for myself as I am right now. Then we can have that discussion, but not right now. But just living off of my disability income, it's not enough for paying the bills and taking care of things. So it's very depressing, very discouraging. Enough to make one want to be suicidal and give it up and let it go. But I decided to change the music. And that's where the bath bombs come in. Okay, so we're going to take all of our wet goods, mix them up really good. And now we got to put our essential oil in. I'm going to put patchouli. And that's just a half spoonful. Patchouli is very, very good for you. Okay, so we did the patchouli, the coconut oil, and the almond oil. Okay. So mix that all up. Oh my God. Smells like vanilla cookies. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Okay, now here's the fun part. When you're mixing the wet with the dry, you got to do it very quickly so that you don't get a reaction. Get a reaction before things are complete, then your bath bombs won't be any good. So you got to mix it up real quick. Okay, so put all of our wet in there. Mixing. Okay. Mixing. And of course, as you're mixing, you want to make sure you don't have any clumps. Oh my God, it smells so good. Alright, we got everything mixed up really good. That's good. So, I sat down. Well, first I had a good cry. I'm a girl. You gotta have a good cry. For guys, you know, you'd go out and punch a punching bag or take a baseball bat and hit some balls. You know, something to get the energy out. If you can run, go run. If you're in a wheelchair, go have a race in your wheelchair. Seriously. You know. Or if you're pretty good at throwing the b-ball on the court in your wheelchair, go do it. Anything. You just gotta get that anger energy, that hurt energy. You got to get it out somehow. With me, I got it out through crying. I had a very good cry. I cried like somebody dying. Once the cry was over, I turned on my Grey's Anatomy reruns and just sat and watched my Grey's Anatomy reruns. I like Grey's Anatomy. It's actually inspiring to me, Grey's Anatomy, because I'm a very ambitious person. And Grey's Anatomy just talks about people who are very ambitious and how they deal with their ambitions. So I like that show. It inspires me. It has a lot of good life lessons in it. But then after I did that, I went to sleep. I went back to sleep. Sleep is actually another way of getting out all those anger, energy, pain energy, hurt energy. It's another way of getting it out. And so I laid down in the dark of my room and I went back to sleep. I had a very, very good sleep. So after sleeping 16 hours, I slept another 7 hours after that. And that was okay. And then the next day, I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. But I made myself get up because it was enough. See, if you allow depression to go longer than what it should, it's going to eat you up. It's going to devour you. That's what depression does. And the end of depression is suicide. It leads you to suicide, to thinking hopelessly and feeling hopelessly. So, in the battle against depression, you give that one day of getting all that anger, hurt, and pain energy out in the way that's best for you. And then the next day, you force yourself back onto, whatever your RAP plan is, whatever your recovery plan is, against your own will. You just do it. And so that's what I did. So during that day, I had to sit down and come up with a plan. That was my project for myself. Uh, Angel, you have to come up with a plan. And the plan that I came up with was that, okay, stop trying to go and get a job. It's not going to happen. I even had somebody very kind and off the record tell me nobody was going to hire me because I'm a liability. I have good credit. That's not a problem. I got a clean criminal record. I'm not a criminal anywhere or wanted anywhere, so nobody's worried about that as far as I'm concerned. Um, and my credit score is like 695 or something like that. So nobody's looking at that either. It's just the fact that I'm a liability. I'm a fall risk. I have the short-term memory loss thing, so I forget things real easy. I'm math illiterate. I can't handle money anymore because I can't make change anymore. And I'm wobbly. I walk like the crooked woman. And, they may not know the other things, but they definitely see the wobbliness. And that causes people to hesitate. So, accepting that of myself, this is the new me, what can I do? I can do things at home. I can do cottage industry at home. And that's where the bath bombs come in, making bath bombs and other wonderful home cottage things and selling them at farmers markets and vendors and eBay and over the internet and stuff. And I've been able to bring a little bit of income in for myself and for my household. And it's been good. Game planner. When you put the food coloring in, you're going to do one dot at a time. I know it sounds tedious, but the objective is that you don't want to cause a reaction. Citric acid is very, very sensitive. It wants to immediately light up. Our objective is to keep it from lighting up. So you're going to do one dot of food coloring at a time and then mix. So right now I'm doing green. I am not I don't like green. I like green naturally out in nature. I don't like artificial green. Maybe it's because it's artificial. I don't know. I just never liked artificial green. But the thing is that I'm not making this for myself. I'm making this for other people to buy. And there is somebody out there that likes artificial green. So I suck it up and I am making green bath bombs. These bath bombs, like I said, are going to be called Almond Joy. As I'm mixing, oh my goodness, it's very good. As I'm mixing, ooh, the smell is lovely. Lovely almond, patchouli, and cocoa butter. Oh my god. Can you imagine this in your bath? So, my time is running short. So it's going to take me a while to mix it. I'm going to mix the green in one bowl. And then I'm going to mix yellow in another bowl. And then, wow, it's turning green. And then what I'll do is, you can use, Christmas ornaments, or you can get molds off of eBay, like hearts or teddy bears or whatever. I'm using Easter eggs. So I'll show you. I'm using little Easter eggs. And I'm going to put my mixture in the Easter eggs, close them up, okay? Then I'm going to put the tape all around, okay, so that it stays closed. And then I'm going to stick it in my freezer for 1 hour. And then I'm going to take it out of the freezer and let it sit on the table for 24 hours, okay? And then I take them out of the eggs because then they're solidified and they're ready to go. And that's it. Bath bombs are really, really easy to make. You have to be careful though what you're going to put in your bath bombs, okay? Because, there's only so much you can put in them. Like, you can put salts like sea salt or bath salts or whatnot in it. But consider the fact that you put Epsom salt in it already too. So you want to put an even amount of Epsom salt and even amount of sea salt or whatever other bath salt that you want to put in. Because if you put too much of one or the other, it will not turn out proper. And the batch will be no good. Okay, same thing with your oils. You don't want to put too many different kinds of oils in because the same thing. So what I try to do is I use, one essence, one oil like cocoa butter, and I always use olive oil as my base oil because something's got to be a base. So olive oil is my base oil that I use. So I don't put as much cocoa butter in as I do the olive oil because if you put too much, then like I said, it won't be any good. But don't worry, when you take that bath, that cocoa butter that's already in it, along with the olive oil, oh my God, just the heaven to your skin. But anyway, this changed the game plan for me. I sat, I thought, I considered, I laid out a plan of attack, and I changed the whole ball game. What looked hopeless became hopeful. And that's how you combat suicide. You got to change the ball game. If you're helping somebody that's thinking about attempting suicide, it's nice to quote scriptures and all because they're encouraging and they're supportive. It's nice to say nice little epitomes too because they can be supportive and even inspiring. But what that person needs is a change in the game plan. And they need help thinking it through. How are they going to change the game plan? And that's what you need to do to help somebody come down from wanting to commit suicide. They first need to get the energy out. The anger energy, the hurt energy, the pain energy. Find something constructive, anything, to get it out. Once they've gotten that energy out, then they need to strategize, lay out a plan for their destiny, for their future, to combat whatever the crisis is, to bring resolution. Because with resolution comes peace, With peace comes contentment. One of the things that you can strategize in that is helping them to learn to forgive themselves. You know, it's not my fault that I had a stroke. I have to be honest with myself. It's a natural thing that happens in life, a stroke occurring, and the consequences of a stroke happening. You know, I'm 48 years old. I'm prone to heart disease, genetic in my family. You know, so not surprising. But it's not something that I don't need to apologize for having had a stroke. But what I do need to apologize for is how I handle it. You know, have I handled it in a loving manner or unloving manner? I'll be honest with you, Angel is not always an angel. An angel doesn't always handle things in a loving manner. And if I don't, I need to forgive myself. I need to go ask forgiveness of others. And be done with it and move on. You know, never let your pride be the ruler of your destiny. Because pride comes before a fall. Pride can also lead to suicidal ideations. So never let it be your leader. Never let pride have the reins. If you need to forgive yourself or ask forgiveness for mistakes that you've made, go do it. More important, have resolution, peace, and contentment in your life than to have discouragement, hurt, and pain. Thank you for joining me today. If you would like to talk more about suicide and forgiveness, you can write me at Angel Moore, Angel Whispers Relationship Counseling, P.O. Box 335, Lorton, Virginia 22199, or you can call me at 1-888-707-9375. You can also catch my webpage at angelwhispersrelationshipcounseling.live. I hope to see and hear from you soon. Take care. Blessings and peace.